What's up, guys? So this is my first Pokemon Go Silph Cup video on this channel. So we're going to be showing you the recent Catacomb Cup that has been recently concluded here in the Philippines. So it's only a 5 rounder. So we're first up against Trainer to Pete. So let's get right down to the battles. So he's running a very interesting team here. He's running a Scolipede. What else does he got? Magcargo, Uzuelo, Sudowoodo, Frostlass, and a Venusaur. So, I really thought that this was gonna be a Stone Age or something. I don't know what went on in my mind. And seeing that it wasn't just an X-Scissor, I just decided to let it through and farmed Scolipede down. Out comes Venusaur. Throw a Skull Bash. And if it hits, it's gonna do a lot of damage, but it get a shield, defense boost, but not enough to withstand the Vine Whips. So we send out Umbreon. They switch out to Magcargo, switch out. God, I don't know how to speak. Switch out to Sudowoodo. Counter damage is super effective against Magcargo, a rock and a fire type. Rock Slide is gonna deal a lot of damage as well, so we shield up properly the overheat. And we throw a Rock Slide at the opposing Venusaur. And that's our first match. Get the first win. Okay. On to the second match. We start off with Frostlass and we get a favorable matchup against Sudowoodo because the Avalanche is gonna fill up first before Sudowoodo can get to a Rock Slide, and counter is heavily resisted because of the Ghost typing in Frostlass. So we shield up the Rock Slide, and then we throw another Avalanche. And they let it through. Out comes Colipede again, throwing another Avalanche. I thought they were gonna switch out, so I opened the switch menu, but they didn't. So I'm just gonna let the X-Scissor through, and then farmed it down. And I still make it to the first Avalanche, to another Avalanche before I go down. Parting gift. Then we switch out to our Umbreon, our safe swap, which is, by the way, a perfect IV. Shiny, a Shundo Umbreon. We throw out our Foul Play, and oh, that's weird. Shield up the Frenzy Plant. Oh, so it's the last Pokemon. Maybe that's why I did so. Uh, Throw out another Foul Play. And that's another second match. We take the round, but still we have to play the third round. So the tables have been turned. It's up against Sudowoodo and Frostlass, so we switch out. And it's Magcargo, and they also switch out. It's Magcargo versus Umbreon. And sorry about that. There are a lot of people chatting at this time. So we get the first shield from their Magcargo. Here comes another Stone Edge, I believe. Okay. And then we over farm, and then we throw Foul Play. Throw another one with the residual energy. Out comes Venusaur. And they beat us. I think that was a CMP, so I just let it through. It's not worth shielding, I believe. So out comes a Lapras. Because I don't know, I thought Lapras had a better play, and I think Lapras does have a better play against Sudowoodo, who has been damaged. So we shield up this Frenzy Plant. Sorry about that. The one shot. and we're able to farm down Venusaur with the Sudowoodo, and we get to an avalanche, to a rock slide, but Frostlass hits us with a Shadow Ball. So that's the first match, the first round of our Catacomb Cup. So up next, we went up against Bailey Bryan, 31. He's running a Venusaur, Beedrill, Lapras, Sudowoodo, Abomasnow, and an Alolan Graveler. So let's see how I did against this the trainer. So up against Sudowoodo and Graveler, I made very big mistakes here. I farmed too much. I didn't even throw. So here, I shielded it up a Rock Blast, and thinking that it was just another Rock Blast, I decided not to. Get another shield there. I decided not to throw, and I decided not to shield. But boop! Here comes the Stone Edge, and bye bye went Sudowoodo. Umbreon, they're able to get another charge move. Tried to farm down on the Alolan Graveler. Here comes the Beedrill. Umbreon's gonna have a hard time against the Beedrill because of the bug type charge moves. X Scissor coming right through. Foul Play taking a decent chunk. See, that was a big damage at Umbreon. Lapras trying to chip out as much as it can. X Scissor. Man, that's spammy. And then on Abomasnow, we throw out a Skull Bash. And it hits. We get a defense boost. Shield it up because I think it's an energy ball. It was just a weather ball. Throw out a charge move. Surf. Excellent. They shield it up. Switch out. Throw a foul play at the Abomasnow. This match, I remember this one. This is a very, a very frustrating match for me, man. So Beedrill knocks out the Umbreon, and look what happens. Look at that HP, man. Oh man, but very well played on Bailey Bryan's part. Bailey Bryan 31 popping off. He ends up winning the cup though, by the way. He's a very excellent trainer. Top 5 in the Philippine leaderboards. It's an honor to play with you, sir. So they switch out to an Abomasnow. And I'm trying to get to a Skull Bash here. And I'm thinking this is an energy ball. Yep, guessed it right because they were farming too much. I think it takes 8 Powder Snows to get to an energy ball. We throw out our Skull Bash and we take it out. Really hoping to get a 1-up on Bailey Bryan here. So throwing out the Surf on this Alolan Graveler who's running Volt Switch. Man. And do we shield? No, we decide to let our Lapras go. Oh! 1 HP left. So out comes Sudowoodo. Do we decide to shield? No, we do not. And they decide to switch. And then the X Scissor shield it up. Man, that X Scissor is so spammy, you know? Oh, a slither of life left. Shield it up. And it's gonna be a GG because of Umbreon not really doing that much damage to Beedrill, and Beedrill clearly outpacing him, our Umbreon. It's not really great PvP IVs because it's a perfect IVs, and they switch out perfectly here, letting Alolan Graveler catch both foul plays. It was the only chance we had. So they're gonna get us here again. Good effort. Final match, they beat us here. But let's see what goes on in the third round. In the third match, in the second round of the Davao City uh, Catacomb Cup. So we get to the Skull Bash first. I think it was the CMP. They're over farming. Over farming. I'm just gonna let it through because we got the defense buffs. And throwing out another Skull Bash. Let's see if they shield. No, they let it go through. Double buffs. So let's see. See, those counters are very much reduced. Lapras is so tanky, especially after those two Skull Bashes. So we throw out a Surf, gets shielded up. And we'll let the Rock Slide through. Throw in our Frost Lass to go up against their Sudowoodo. And we get the last shield. And we shield this Rock Slide from Sudowoodo. Man, that's so spammy. I don't know. A lot of over farming was done, I guess. And we throw out an Avalanche. And I'm having a hard time speaking. Venusaur. We throw out an Avalanche, and we still have Sudowoodo in the back. And boom. There goes the Venusaur. So, in this round, we're up against Arc Samael. And he's running a Venusaur, Umbreon, Frostlass, Sudowoodo, Lapras, and a Alolan Graveler. No, so let's see how well we do with this. He's a friend of mine, and he also puts out his own content if you guys want to check out his page. So it's Lapras versus Umbreon, two very tanky Pokemon. So I think he went for the double up on us here. Double foul plays. Was able to sneak in one Ice Shard there. Not the best PvP IVs, but even so, Lapras is still very tanky. So we get the first shield, and we get a defense buff. So we throw out a Surf. And I think Umbreon ate it, yeah. So let's just see how well we fare against the Umbreon. Foul play. Double foul play. Nope. And we are able to knock out Umbreon. Out comes Sudowoodo. We still have enough energy for a Surf. We get the second shield, and we switch out to our Frostlass to avoid having Lapras getting farmed down. Now shield up this Rock Slide and throw out our own Avalanche. It's just a rally from here at this point. Rock Slide, Avalanche, Rock Slide, Avalanche. Get their Sudowoodo, and out comes Venusaur in the back. And we're loaded on energy, and we still have a shield. So we take the first match in round 3 of our Catacomb Cup. So it's Lapras versus Frostlass. Let's see. Shadow. We throw out a Shadow Ball. Let's see if it goes through. Yep, it went through. I think he was trying to build up enough energy for throwing 2 Surfs. Oh, it's a Skull Bash. My bad. We throw out a bait here, an Avalanche. It gets shielded up, and then I think there was I thought this was a Surf, and it was. So I'm gonna throw a Shadow Ball, and we get the Lapras. So both down 1 shield, but we still have Frostlass with residual energy, and we're able to throw out last Avalanche, and we're able to get the last shield. So choose Umbreon. Umbreon, I choose you! Foul play come through. Snarl damage is very deadly on Frostlands. So we both switch out to our own Sudowoodos, but seeing as I still have a shield, I can throw an Earthquake. Going for the Earthquake, though I could have just gone for the Rock Slide, it would have KO'd from that range. We experienced a bit lag here. Well, that's not much of a surprise in the Philippines. Okay, so Shadow Ball taking our Sudowoodo out, and one Snarl is gonna take out the Frostlass. So we win again, and this is the last match in our third round against Arch Samael or Arc Samael. Sudowoodo mirror match. So first our Rock Slide. I think he's gonna overfarm, or is this a CNP? So we get the first shield. He's overfarming a bit, and we also mirror shields. Rock Slide as well, and he beats us to another Rock Slide. We let it go through so that our Lapras can farm up on some energy. They bring out their own Lapras, shiny Lapras at that. Skull Bash coming through. It's either gonna do a lot of damage or gonna get shielded up. It's gonna be a lot of damage. Get the defense boost. We let this one go through because of the defense boost. Whichever Lapras throws the first Skull Bash is gonna win. Most of the time. So they let the second Skull Bash go through, and I'm just trying to get off as much chip damage as I can here. Surf, get the last shield, and do get a KO. Oh, okay. Oh, there's still 1 HP left. And here comes the long part. Two Umbreons going at it, but I don't think that his Umbreon had Last Resort, which is a Community Day move. My Umbreon is... I got this Umbreon from the special research that guaranteed you a shiny Eevee, and fortunately it gave me a 100% shiny Eevee. So he's just throwing out the foul play, and sorry about that. Throwing out against the Last Resort, and he only has foul play, so it's resisted damage as with the Snarls, and we're just gonna go throw a foul play here, and that is a GG, sir. So we're up against, in our fourth match, in a fourth round, we're up against Hoshiao. Sorry if I mispronounced that. He's running a Jumpluff, Umbreon, Galvantula, Drapion, Lapras, and Sudowoodo. So let's see how this goes out. So he has a Lapras lead, and we lead out with Sudowoodo, trying to get to our Rock Slide. And then we get to it first. Then another Rock Slide. Get shielded up. Both shields go down. And we try to counter it down. Last Resort is gonna be resisted because of the rock typing. Last Resort is a normal type move, so it's gonna be resisted by Sudowoodo. Slither of Life left. So to resist the damage, we put in our own Umbreon. Snarl their Umbreon down. It's gonna be another Last Resort. Oh, just a foul play. And we get to a foul play, and they have Jumpluff. So we have two foul plays in store. So Jumpluff is a very tanky Pokemon, especially in the GL. the Great League. So another long battle here because of the tankiness. Aerial Ace is gonna be resisted. I personally would have gone straight Energy Ball, hoping to get the debuff, and it's still stab. Well, both moves have stabbed Aerial Ace and uh, Energy Ball, but Energy Ball would have been much energy efficient. I would say, should I say? And we go to the second round, to the second match. Frostlass against Sudowoodo. We all know how we are at a good point here because we get to the avalanche before Sudowoodo gets to a rock slide first. So we shield up the first rock slide and powder snow down the Sudowoodo. So we won lead, but we're in a shield deficit. Gonna throw a shadow ball here. Gonna draw out a shield or deal a lot of damage. Gonna draw out a shield and another shadow ball is coming through. And it hits, and we switch out to our Sudowoodo and we just let it through. And we try to counter down their Lapras. We shield up, shield this up. Man, having difficulty speaking. So we throw out a rock slide against their jump bluff. We get the last shield, so we're both shieldless now, and we manage to get to one final rock slide before Sudowoodo goes down, and we have Frostlass. I don't know. We send out Umbreon. I remember this one. He throws two energy balls. I thought he only had one, so I switched in a Frostlass. But either way, I'd still beat him because of how healthy my Umbreon is and how low Jump Bluff already is at this point. So that's a GG. One Snarl takes out the Lapras. And good game, sir. And we're on in the final match in our third round. So we're running V-Drill against Sudowoodo. I don't know if we're gonna pull this off. Throw out a Drill Run, which is a V-Drill Community Day move. Get shielded up. And we're gonna shield their first Rock Slide because it's gonna deal super effective damage to V-Drill. Poison Jab, not very effective. And we shield up another Rock Slide. Throw out our own charge move, Drill Run. It's gonna deal for super effective if it goes through. It gets shielded. Let's see who gets to the first charged move. And we get to the first charged move. Throw a Drill Run, and we knock out the Sudowoodo. Which Pokemon comes next? It's the Jump Bluff. So we're gonna throw X Scissor, which is gonna deal neutral damage to the Jump Bluff. Neutral because it's resisted by the flying typing, but super effective on the grass type. Aerial Ace is gonna knock us out, but we have our own Umbreon, which is very tanky. Aerial AC, that's just doing that much damage. So they switch out to their Lapras, catching our Foul Play. We switch into our Sudowoodo and hoping to get to a Rock Slide, given that Lapras is below 50% HP. One Rock Slide is gonna be enough. Knocks it out. Sudowoodo popping off, baby. Another Rock Slide takes it out, and that's basically gonna be a GG. Good game, sir. Very well played. So we're up against Archer Rain this round. This is the final round, fifth round of our Catacomb Cup. Sir Rain, I know him personally. He's running a Lapras, Umbreon, Venusaur, Vespiquen, Frostlass, and Sudowoodo. Very, very solid team. And by the way, Bailey Bryan is top 5 in the Philippine Leaderboards, and Sir Rain, Sir Archer 3981 is top 15 in the Philippine Leaderboards. Well played to you, sir. So it's Lapras Mirror match. Gonna be a very tanky match. It's the race to who gets to the Skull Bash first, and they win CMP. Skull Bash, and we also throw a Skull Bash. However, they resist that already. See the difference in the damage because of the defense boost. They get to a Skull Bash first, and then they already have two. I remember. I think this is the one that Lapras was able to knock out two with just a small amount of HP left. I shield this up. Now they have three defense buffs on Lapras. Man, that was a very nice play. Wicked. They also shield up our Skull Dash. I decided to just throw the Surf here because they're gonna get to the Skull Bash first anyway. See, I barely do any damage. Ice Shard not doing any much damage. Skull Bash, that's four people. Four. And look what happens here. This is a very big mistake on my part. I did not throw the Avalanche, and well, they got to it first. I did not. I tried to farm down the Lapras. Man, see, that's an Avalanche, and they still managed to knock out Frostlass with just the Surf. Very well played, Serene. Snarl and Lapras goes down. Well, this is gonna be uh, just an endurance spell. It's just a matter of time before I go down. Another last resort. So it's just gonna be a volley of last resorts here, a rally of last resorts. Snarl being uh, resisted from both parties. So the last resort. Another last resort. Man, Umbreon versus Umbreon takes a very long time. And look what's happening. Time's up. They win because they still have the third Pokemon. So on to the second round, second match, the fifth round in our Catacomb Cup. So it's Frostlass against Lapras. I thought he was gonna go switch leads, but he didn't. So Lapras throws out a Surf. We throw out a Shadow Ball. Sorry about that. Get shielded up. I think I let the Surf through. No, I shielded up. Not bad. Experiencing a bit of lag there. Not just a bit. It's a lot of lag. But because of the lag, it still went through. So I still have a shield and so correct my Frostlass. So we're just gonna let Frostlass go, and we throw in our own Sudowoodo, who is able to farm down Lapras and counter down on Umbreon. They hit us with a foul play. We have two Rock Slides, I presume. First Rock Slide, and then we switch out. And then there's the Vespiquen. The Fury Cutter is dealing super effective damage because of the bug typing. Umbreon is a dark type, which is weak to bug types. Throw out our own foul plays for the stab damage. I'm not going for last resort because it doesn't have stab, and foul play is much more energy efficient in this sense. X Scissor, almost knocking us out. And then I think they shield this foul play. Yep, they shield this foul play. We switch out, and then we throw our own Rock Slide. It's gonna go through. Shazam! And Umbreon throwing a foul play, which we shield up, and throw our own Rock Slide again. And it's able to knock out the Umbreon. So we take the second match in the last round. So let's see how we fare in the last round. In the last match. So there's our lineup. Hmm. Trying to think a lot here. So we're going with, I think this was our first lineup. Lapras against Lapras. Sir Ray never changed his lead. So we switch out to our Sudowoodo and they switch their Venusaur. That was a very bad move on my part. I should have just switched to Umbreon for our safe swap. You shield up with Frenzy Plant. I wish I had a Venusaur Frenzy Plant for Great League in this cup, but unfortunately I could not. So I only had a Jump Bluff, but I never really used Jump Bluff. We're trying to farm down on the Venusaur. We shield up the last Frenzy Plant. Oh, it's cut. Ah, I see. Not bad. It's a repeat. Pardon me. So let's just watch to it again. Rock Slide. Shield that one up. Frenzy Plant. And then they're gonna get to another Frenzy Plant. Rock Slide. Coming through. Get shielded up. And then we try to farm it down. We throw up a shield. So they basically got us by this point. They still have, we have a shield deficit. No, they still have a shield and I don't. And I thought I could outmaneuver Sir here. I was trying my best, man. So they switch out to Umbreon. I threw out a Skull Bash here. We threw out a Foul Play, and I tried to get to a Skull Bash before I switch out, but I overtapped and I couldn't swap out to my Umbreon. So they still have a shield. Remember that? Here comes another last resort. This is my last resort. Sorry. Couldn't help it. They just had to say it. Skull Bash dealing a lot of damage. Why did I throw a last resort? Because I knew that I was gonna lose. But still, going up against Serene is a very huge honor for me, and trying my best is sufficient. Going down fighting, they still have a shield and Umbreon, who is very healthy in the back. So this is going to be a GG for me. And that's a nice game, sir. Thank you for the game. So we ended up with us 3 wins and 2 losses. But one thing is to be pointed out on my part. I'm really happy that I went up against top players from the Philippines, and yeah, I won 1 match out of 3, but that's okay. That's okay since I went up against the pros. And if you like the video, click subscribe and follow me on Facebook. The link is in the description down below. And watch out for more videos of gameplay, Pokemon Go, Valorant, League of Legends, Dota 2, or whatever games that you like that I might have. Just keep on watching my videos if you still want to just watch me play the different games that I have. So see you around, guys. Hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And that's a wrap. Thank you. Peace.